Let's get started with our very first story this evening. Now, many children in Ghana with autism never get the opportunity to discover their talent or be anything than dependent children who never grow old. But the story of Jordan Papa Hazel is different. Wendy Laye spent time with 13-year-old Jordan, who has love for technology and is an ardent sports fan.
Jordan is the second of two boys. Meeting Jordan for the first time without any interaction, you see a usual 13-year-old who is fascinated by gadgets and games.
Manchester United.
He is also a sports fanatic, and his favorite team is Manchester United. But he is not your usual 13-year-old. Jordan is on the autism spectrum disorder. Jordan has been on the autism spectrum disorder since age 1.5. Though 13, his intellectual prowess is that of a 7-year-old. His age qualifies him to be in JHS 1. He can only do the work of a Class 2 pupil. Jordan was born with no immediate neonatal or infantile challenges and was doing well until he turned 1.
He went to school once, came back, and then we realized that he has had chickenpox. After the chickenpox, everything was gone. So it was after the chickenpox that he became autistic.
And we can't end of there and it's when they did but
he lost his speech after the pox. It has taken a lot of family time and dedication to have Jordan do better than other children on the autism spectrum disorder.
How old are you?
I am 30 years old.
The name of your school?
New Horizon.
What's your father's name?
Fandi.
Family love and support has birthed a talent his 48-year-old father is so proud to share.
He's very innovative. He's the type who wouldn't spoil anything.
But this did not come easy. Jordan lost his mother 3 years ago.
The breast was operated, taken off. He survived for 8 years. But after 8 years, the right one also had it. And that took her away.
His family's dedication has paid off. Jordan shows there's hope for children with autism. After handing over my phone to him, he went straight to his favorite songs on YouTube. It took a little convincing to get it back.
Jordan, I want to make a phone call.
Good boy.
Jordan loves to read and spells as well.
A-P-P-L-E. Apples.
Great.
I asked his father, a chartered accountant, what he prays for Jordan to be in future.
My little sister, who is in the US, is just preparing to come and pick him up and then continue with the electronic part. But for me, yes, that's his fault. So I don't think we will have to force him to go anywhere.
His older brother, who's almost 15, Joel Hazel, says he loves his younger brother like any sibling would. Though Jordan is on the autism spectrum disorder and has intellectual disability, he shows much promise. The Sustainable Development Goals 4, 8, 10, 11, and 17 challenges all countries to provide equal opportunities for persons with disability. But will we achieve these goals knowing how the Ghanaian society regards persons with disability? Wendy Laye, TV3.
And let's talk about autism, and that was a talk about autism. Let's move to some other stories tonight. 13 years ago, Yoku Adenche was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder. For years, his parents lived in self-denial, praying and hoping for a divine intervention. Eventually, his mother had to give up a lucrative job to take care of him. As Ghana joins the rest of the world to mark World Autism Day, Jocelyn Wood spent some time with Yoku and has come through with this report.
The birth of a child marks a new chapter in one's life and brings much excitement to the parents. Such was Mr. and Mrs. Adenchi's experience 15 years ago. But little did they know their joy would be cut short with a life-changing experience. At age 2, Yoku was non-verbal. That was when they started seeking medical assistance. After moving from one pediatrician to the other, he was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder, a neurological disorder that makes it difficult to interact or communicate with others.
I was in complete denial. I wouldn't agree that because I knew about autism, or I had seen somebody living with autism, and so I was not ready to accept that.
According to them, raising an autistic child has been financially, mentally, and emotionally demanding.
Tough, tiring. It's a whole challenge, trying to unearth whatever talent he has. The facilities are not there. And
They also entreated parents with special needs children not to hide for fear of stigmatization, but to seek support.
some get better, some grow to do certain things for themselves, and they become a little bit more independent. But hey, it is taxing.
The Autism Ambassadors of Ghana are optimistic the introduction of the Autism app, which provides a picture exchange communication system, an awareness platform to learn more about the disease, would promote education about autism.
Is in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goal number 3, that is good health and well-being, number 4, which is quality education, and number 10, that is reduced inequalities.
Yoku's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Adenji, want government to assist the few autistic centers in the country with resources to provide guidance and training for persons living with the condition.